Jalen Brunson indeed signs his contract extension with the New York Knicks, but there's one narrative going around that's kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. Let's talk about it. And welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm WatchUK99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. So, Jalen Brunson, one of the best point guards in the NBA, has signed his contract extension with the New York Knicks on the first day he was eligible to do so, July 12th. He has inked a 4-year, $156.5 million contract. And what's so amazing about it, first of all, the contract extension starts next year in the 25-26 season. But the contract that he signed, the 4-year deal, is actually going to be $113 million less dollars guaranteed than the extension he would have been eligible to sign 1 year from now. So Brunson leaving a lot less money on the table to sign a more team-friendly deal, which is fantastic. Now, we'll break down the contract and all of that, but I just got to start off by saying this. Just talk about how deserving Brunson is of this contract. When the Knicks signed him 2 years ago, I think all of us knew it was an upgraded point guard. We knew he was a good player, but nobody could have foresaw he was going to become one of the best players in the NBA. And I would say a top 5 player in the NBA, considering his skill set, his leadership, his age. He's about everything you could want in a point guard. And 23-24 was his best season yet. He earned all NBA honors, finished top 5 in the MVP voting, averaged 28.7 points per game, and he scored or assisted on a Knicks franchise record 3,481 points. And, the Knicks have been around close to 80 years now. So if you're setting a single season franchise record, that's saying something. Brunson had 11 40-point games in the regular season, and then, of course, becomes the first Knicks player to score 40 points and 5 assists in 4 straight playoff games. But here's the deal with the contract situation. Okay, so this upcoming year in 24-25, Brunson is going to make $24.9 million. That is the 53rd highest salary in the NBA. This puts him behind such elite players as Devin Fossil, Desmond Bane, Anthony Simmons, even R.J. Barrett is making more money than his former teammates. So certainly a new contract was warranted. He knew he was going to get paid, but Brunson chose to make the team-friendly decision. Now, like I said, deal begins in 25-26. It will cost Brunson / save the Knicks $37.1 million over those 3 years. It also comes with a 4th-year player option. So in 25-26, he'll make $34.9 million. He'll be the 33rd highest player in the NBA. And then the contract keeps going up a little bit at a time. $37.7 million in year 2, $40.5 million in year 3. And finally, that option that we talked about is $43.3 million. Still very reasonable considering some of the other salaries in the NBA. And also, the NBA cap continues to go up because remember, it's not so much about how much you're making, it's what percentage of your team's cap are you taking up. So we'll see how the cap continues to increase. But yeah, it seems more than reasonable. But here's the narrative I don't need to hear. And I've been seeing this on social media. I've been seeing fans of other teams in other sports leagues try to make a comparison now on how their own players should be taking less money for the good of the team. Now a lot of Knicks fans are also fans of the New York Rangers in the NHL. I am certainly one of those. But I'm seeing people say, hey, Igor Shesterkin should do the right thing. Does he care about winning or does he care about making the most money he can? It's selfish for him to want to be the highest paid goalie in the NHL. On the baseball side, Pete Alonso and his contract negotiations should take maybe $13-15 million a year from the Mets. He can live on that. Here's the problem, guys. You can't bring another league into this conversation. And it goes back to how the NBA salary structure works. The simplest way to say this is by signing the contract that Brunson did, he also has the opportunity to recoup that $113 million that he is basically giving up. he can recoup that money down the road because in 2028, he can now sign a new contract extension for 4 years, $323 million. That would be the maximum. All right, so that's over $80 million a year. There's not a hockey player making more than $15 million a year. Okay, or even better, 2029, he could sign a 5-year, $418 million deal. That's over what? $83 million per season. That's just how the NBA works. Your previous contract in turn determines the maximum amount that you can get paid on your next contract. Baseball, football, hockey players can't do that. So Brunson did a great thing for the Knicks, but remember, down the road, he can make even more money when he reaches his 30s. Shesterkin cannot do that with the hard cap in the National Hockey League. That's why it's important for him to get paid now what he can while he's in his prime, and he is the best goalie in the National Hockey League. All right, so I just want to put that out there. You can't compare one league to the next with salary structures because every league has its own way of determining salaries, and there's all these little quirks in the salary cap. So just keep that in mind. But on a personal note, I was thrilled to hear the news. I had a good feeling it was going to happen. I'm thankful to Leon Rose for getting him and for Tom Thibodeau for coaching him well. There's no doubt that the Knicks have a very real window for an NBA championship, and it's not just a one-year window. All right, they have top 5 odds in the NBA to win one, and I am very, very excited for the season to start. In fact, I haven't been to a Knicks game in maybe 10 years. I think the last game that I went to was in Indiana during that second-round playoff disaster, Game 4, and that game was basically done in the first quarter. But, yeah, I will definitely be making a point to get to a Knicks game or two this season. And, hey, what else can I say? It's a good time to be a Knicks fan. All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Reminder, check us out Wednesday night at 6 p.m. for the Wednesday Night Live show. I hope to see you there. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Share with a friend who might like it too. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you right back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair.